Once, dragons and men coexisted. They shared a peace forged in wisdom, a peace that lasted many generations. All that was lost when mankind disrupted this balance in a sudden onslaught. Man fought dragon in a savage war that shook the foundations of their world. This war was called the Scouring. Defeated and humbled, dragons vanished from the realm. In time, man rebuilt and spread his dominion across the land and onto the islands beyond. A millennium has passed since those dark days ended.
Welcome to Fire Emblem Blazing Blades, simply known as Fire Emblem in the West. It was the first game in the series released outside of Japan, and also my first Fire Emblem game. I want this series to be welcoming to newbies, fans, and pros alike, so this first episode's going to have a lot of information in it, but it should set you up for the journey ahead. The game has 3 modes that are in the 3 main protagonists. Lyn, which is an introduction and a tutorial to the game. Eliwood, who is the main game and playable once Lyn mode has been completed. And finally, Hector mode. Unlocked once you've beaten the game with Eliwood, he replaces Eliwood mode. Eliwood and Hector mode are essentially the same, however the story is told from their perspective, and Hector mode does have a few more chapters, unlockable characters, and is slightly more difficult. Each of these modes also has a hard difficulty. For this playthrough, I'll be starting with Lyn hard mode and moving into Hector hard mode. I'll try to remember to point out any major differences between Hector and Eliwood mode as we come across them. But let's get into it. Now it's time to name the person we'll be playing as in the game, our avatar. This, of course, will be Fish. As well as this, we pick our birth month, which is June. Now you've noticed that makes us the anima element type. This affinity means that any unit in the game we have that shares our affinity will gain a slight boost to their hit and avoid chance. We could have chosen not to play with Mark, and therefore nobody in the game would get a bonus to their hit and avoid. But now we've named, let's get started. Chapter Prologue. A Girl from the Plains. Are you awake? I found you unconscious on the plains. I'm Lyn, of the Lorca tribe. You're safe now. Who are you? Can you remember your name? Your name is Fish? What an odd-sounding name. But pay me no mind. It's a good name. I see by your attire that you're a traveler. What brings you to the Sakai Plains? Would you share your story with me? What was that noise? I'll go see what's happening. Fish, wait here for me. Oh no, bandits! They must have come down from the Burn Mountains. They must be planning on raiding the local villages. I have to stop them. If that's all of them, I think I can handle them on my own.
You'll be safe in here, fish.
What? You want to help? Well, can you use a weapon? Ah, I see. So you're a strategist by trade. An odd profession, but... Very well. We'll go together. Over here. If you want to help, fish, I could use your advice. I'll protect you, so stay close to me. Here we are, the prologue level of the game. Before we start, let me introduce our first playable character and first protagonist of the game, Lynn. She is a Lord class exclusive to the 3 protagonists, however each one is unique. She's a fast-paced swordswoman with low strength, designed to hit more often than she gets hit and dodge rather than tank, but she doesn't do either of those things particularly well. This is often because of the way Fire Emblem handles level ups and stat gains. Each character has a percentage chance to raise each of their stats every time they level up. This means that you could get lucky and gain a point in every major stat, or you could get really lucky and only get a point in health. These chances are known as growth rates, and these are Lynn's growth rates. Now, each stat is pretty self-explanatory, but I'll go over them one by one just so you all know what they mean. So strength determines how hard you hit. Skill makes you more accurate. Speed affects your avoid chance, but it also has a different use. If the attacker or defender has 4 or more speed than the other person in combat, they will attack twice. Luck increases hit rate and evasion, as well as lowers the chance of being critically hit. Defense reduces physical damage, and resistance reduces magical damage. We also have the stats unaffected by level up. Move, which determines how far you move when unimpeded. Constitution, which is your size and ability to handle heavy weapons. Aid, which is the maximum constitution of an ally that can be rescued. Traveler is the name of the person you've currently rescued. And Condition, which is your status effects. You'll see Lynn has the Wind affinity, which means she isn't benefiting from our Fish affinity. Lynn also starts with a D rank in swords. Weapon rank determines how good you are with that weapon type and allows you to use better weapons as that level increases. Lynn is widely regarded as a cool but not very good character and is often ranked low in tier lists. However, she is one of the main characters and has some really cool animations, so I'll make sure she doesn't fall behind in experience. We also have our first enemy class, the Brigand, a high health and axe-wielding unit, one of the classes in the game that you can't play as. Enemy units have growth rates as well, which means that every time you play a level, you might be facing slightly different opponents, stat-wise. Each level starts a unit at level 1 and simulates level ups using the growth rates provided. So this level's pretty easy one, and on hard mode it isn't a given, but essentially we move forward and attack. Let's close in and attack. Let's see how we go. We do have a 39% chance of losing here, but we're okay. As if we got hit this time and the first time, that would have just been a game over for us. So we got lucky there. We start this level with some Volinaries, which will heal you for 10, and that gets us back up to full health in preparation for the boss of the level. Now I'm actually going to wait next to this guy, because he too can kill us in 2 hits. Who do you think you are? You think you can stand up to the beast? And he's got 1% better hit rate. But if we let them attack us first, on our turn we can heal instead of attack. And let him attack us again, and we should be fine. We got a little unlucky against the odds, and we were hit by the first bandit and Barter the Beast. We could have maybe conserved some Voluntaries for later levels. Holy moly, 40% chance 3 times this level. But it looks like we're going to get the kill next turn. As we attack Barter the Beast, we have 93% chance to hit. Fortunately, we didn't hit that 7% miss. What? How? How did you? And we get our first level up. We didn't hit health, but strength is a fantastic one to hit, as well as skill and speed, allowing Lynn to double. As we seize here, we've finished the first level, the prologue of the game, and started our journey into Fire Emblem. Good work, Fish. Let's go home. Good morning, Fish. Are you awake yet? That fight yesterday must have taken a lot out of you. Say, Fish, I want to talk to you about something. You have some experience in the ways of war, I can see. Would you allow me to travel with you? What? You want me to get permission from my parents? My mother and my father died 6 months ago. My people, the Lorca, they don't... I'm the last of my tribe. Bandits attacked and they killed so many people. The tribe was scattered. My father was our chieftain, and I wanted to protect our people. But I'm so young, and our people were old-fashioned. They wouldn't follow a woman. No one would follow me. I'm sorry. I've been alone for so long. No, no more. I will shed no more tears. Thank you. I'm better now. Fish, I must become stronger, so that I may avenge my father's death. Yesterday's battle taught me something. I won't become stronger by sitting here alone. Fish, tell me you'll train me, that you'll let me travel with you. You will? That's wonderful. Thank you. Oh, thank you. We'll be better off working together, I know it. You'll be my master's strategist, and I'll be your peerless warrior. We can do it, right? The apprentice tactician Fish and the young sword fighter Lynn. A strange pair on an even stranger journey. To prepare for the long road ahead, they go to Bulgar, the commercial center of Sakai. Unbeknownst to Lynn, she will discover something that will alter her life forever. Chapter 1. Footsteps of Fate. Fish, over here. This is Bulgar, the biggest city in all of Sakai. We should purchase supplies for our journey. Oh, my heart, what a dazzling vision of loveliness! Wait, oh beauteous one! Would you not favor me with your name, or better yet, your company? Where are you from, Sir Knight, that you speak so freely to a stranger? Ha! I thought you'd never ask. I am from Lycia. I hail from the Kalen Canton, home to men of passion and fire. Shouldn't that be home to callow oafs with loose tongues? Ooh, you're even lovely when you're cruel. Let's go, Fish. I've nothing more to say. Wait, please. Sane, hold your tongue. Ah, Kent, my boon companion,
Why so severe an expression? If your manner were more serious, I wouldn't have to be so severe. We still have a mission to complete, Sane. I know that, but how can I remain silent in the presence of such beauty? It would have been discourteous. What do you know of courtesy? Excuse me, you're blocking the road. If you would be so kind as to move your horses. Of course, my apologies. Thank you. You, at least, seem honorable enough. Pardon me, but I feel we've met before. I beg your pardon? Hey, no fair, Kent. I saw her first. It seems there are no decent men among Lycia's knights. Let's go, Fish. I've run out of patience. Wait, please, it's not like that. Sane, you lout. Huh? Not like that. I thought you were... I am not you. Come, we must follow her. I suspect she might be... Be what? She's our mission? You're joking. Wait! Run! We're being pursued! Could it be those knights from town? No, it's not them. These men are out for blood. Aren't you the pretty one? Your name's Lindis, is it not? What did you call me? Who are you? Such a waste, an absolute waste. The things I'll do for gold. Ah, well, time to die, darling. Come on, boys. Oh no! There are more than I can handle. But I'll not give up. Hey! There she is! Huh? What? Whew, finally caught up. Hold, you there! What is your business? Such numbers against a girl? Cowards, every one of you. You're from... We can discuss that later. It appears these ruffians mean to do you harm. If it's a fight they want, let them look to me. Stand back, I'll take care of this. No, this is my fight. Stay out of my way. Well, I can't just stand here and do nothing. I have a solution. You there, command us. I am Kent, a knight of Lycia. My companion is Sane. We will follow your orders in this battle. Is this acceptable, milady? Yes, it is. Fish and I will lead. Let's go! In Chapter 1, we were introduced to a new unit, Cavalier, a new mechanic, defensive terrain, and one of my favourite and one of my least favourite characters, Kent and Sane. First, let's talk about the Cavalier. Our first mounted combat unit, Cavaliers have high movement and ability to pick up all but the heaviest of units, and the ability to wield both swords and lances. Our first Cavalier is Sane, strong and lucky with growth rates to match, but he's generally outclassed by later units. Still, a solid unit early game, and with the right investment, a solid team player. Having a large movement really makes up for anything he may lack. Next up is Kent. A little weaker than Sane, both in strength and defense, he has higher skill and speed, meaning he hits more often and will sometimes double units Sane can't. His growth rates also match his initial stat layout. Kent has a similar story to Sane, as there are units that are better, but he can very much pull his weight if you let him. Kent is also our first Anima affinity unit, and as such he gets a bonus for sharing the same affinity as our avatar Fish. Both of these units are known collectively as the Christmas Cavalier, as one wears red and one wears green armor. They're common archetypes in the Fire Emblem games. Next we have defensive terrain, with the inclusion of a lot more forest tiles on this map. We can now take advantage of the +1 defense and +20 avoid, which in many cases is better than a level up. Enemies can also take advantage of this terrain, so positioning is key. There are a number of other terrain types in the game, some of which even heal our units. But we'll go over them as we see them. Finally, we have a new win condition, Rout, also known as Kill Everything.
So we'll send forward Kent to do some damage. It looks like he's going to be able to take those hits fairly well. Any hits at 100, I might actually move him into the trees. And I'll hide Sane down here. As for Lynn, I'll move her into the trees as well. It's quite possibly because she's weaker, she'll get attacked. Not the case. Apparently Sane was in range. I didn't bother checking, but he managed to get the hit even with the 67, so pretty happy with that. We can now move Sane. Let's check how far this guy can actually move. Let's move Sane up here so he's safe from the enemy. There we go. We'll bring Kent down, and he can exactly lethal this bandit. Gaining some good experience. As far as these axemen are concerned, 16% chance to hit is pretty trivial, so Lynn should... I take it all back. 16% chance to hit is like 100% chance to hit. Lynn is going to die next turn. Something to look forward to. Apparently not. Apparently Kent is easier to hit. So we go after Kent, which is totally fine because I want Kent to be getting the levels. I mentioned earlier that my favorite and least favorite characters are here. I really like Kent. I don't really remember much of his story. As a youth, I didn't really read the dialogue very much, so I wouldn't be able to tell you what is actually going on. I just like the look of Kent more than the look of Sane, so that's that. Red is cooler than green in this particular instance. Kent's still dodging like a champ. Let's actually take him into the trees here. And we'll get Lynn to do the finishing blow. Swords having the advantage. Excellent kill, Lynn. On our way to another level up. Hopefully as good a level up as the first one. I'll get Sane to slowly move along the bottom of the map. But there's not too much to worry about here. Let's see if this bandit can reach. He can, so we'll bring Kent here. Hopefully it goes after one of them. Dodge! Good dodge, Kent. A king amongst men. Now, I was actually hoping to attack Lynn because Lynn would get him down into killing range for Kent, but not the case. Watch Lynn get hit here. Oh. I am actually surprised. Right, there we go. There's another level for Lynn. Do we get lucky again? Speed, luck, and resistance. Resistance is not a bad stat to get because mages can be a pain in the butt. But here we go. The final enemy on the map. Let's see. Kent takes 8 damage with just under a 50% chance to get hit. And we don't know about Lynn. Let's just have Kent wait. Accursed knights, always tampering in others' affairs. Of course, we can't dodge everything. But Kent's got the level. Here we go. Oh, I was gonna say we're hoping for strength and defense here, and we didn't get either. But the speed is nice, and it might be enough to allow for the double, which, let's finish it off. Let's take it home. Oh, we didn't dodge again. What a pain in the butt. Blast. There was only supposed to be a lone girl. Ugh. And bonus experience because it was a boss kill. And Kent's looking pretty. With that, we have completed Chapter 2. That's the last of them. Fantastic work, Fish. And now for these Knights of Lycia. You were going to share your story with me. Yes. We have ventured from Caelin in Lycia in search of someone. Lycia? That's the country beyond the mountains in the southwest, isn't it? Correct. We've come as messengers to the Lady Madeline, who eloped with a nomad some 19 years ago. Madeline? Our lord the Marquis of Caelin's only daughter. He was heartbroken his own daughter would abandon him so. Eventually, the Marquis simply declared that he had no daughter. And then this year, we received a letter from Lady Madeline. It said that she, her husband, and their daughter were living happily on the Sakai Plains. The Marquis was ecstatic to learn he had a granddaughter of 18 years. I remember the smile on his face when he announced that he'd suddenly become a grandfather. The granddaughter's name is Lindis. This was also the name of the Marquis's wife, who passed away at an early age. Lindis? That she should bear this name thawed the Marquis's heart. Now, his only wish is to meet his daughter's family at least once. This is why we're here. We didn't know that Lady Madeline died a few days after. Sending her letter. We only learned this shortly after we arrived here in Bulgar. But we also learnt all was not lost. Her daughter yet lives. We heard that she was living alone on the plains. I knew it immediately. You are the Lady Lindis. Why would you think that? Your resemblance to your departed mother is remarkable. What? Did you know my mother? I'm sorry to say I never met her directly, but I saw her portraits in Castle Caelin. To the rest of my tribe, I was always Lyn. But when I was with my parents, when it was just the three of us, I was Lindis. It's all so strange. I was all alone in the world, and now I have a grandfather. Lindis, I never thought I would hear that name again. Wait, that bandit, he called me Lindis too. What? How could he have? He was a henchman of Lord Lundgren, wasn't he? Lundgren? Who's that? He's the Marquis's younger brother. Everyone assumed the Lady Madeline was gone forever. This made Lord Lundgren heir to the Marquis's title. To be blunt, milady, your existence is an obstacle to your grand-uncle's ambitions. But I have no interest in inheriting any title. Unfortunately, your granduncle is not the sort of man to believe that. I believe the attempts on your life will persist. What should I do? Accompany us to Caelin. Continue on this way is dangerous. I feel I have little choice. I will go with you. Fish, I'm sorry. This changes everything. What will you do, Fish? You want me to decide? Of course your companionship would do much to ease my journey, but it's going to be so dangerous. You'll come? Are you sure? Thank you! Let me ask once again for your friendship and your aid. And with that comes the end of episode 1 of our Fire Emblem Blazing Blades journey. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you stick with us as we continue through this fun strategic romp through a fantasy medieval era romp. And bye! And scene, alright, the YouTube video's over, gang. The YouTube video's over.